Hello there. What is going on, everyone? We are going to be talking about Moff Gideon and the Dark Troopers today in this video. They are actually up for pre-order. We have a little bit of details about these expansions as well as release dates. So get ready to talk about this Imperial Remnant. Oh, it's going to be so groovy. A little bit of admin stuff before we jump in. We are still doing some giveaways this month. We've got the 12 Days of Life Day. We've also got the lightsaber giveaway that's running all the way through New Year's. There's plenty of time left to enter for both of those. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. Also, I'd love to have you join our Discord. We got lots of stuff going on in Discord. We have a giveaway going on right now for the Dungeons and Dragons game. We have promos for that going on and all of that. So again, great links for all that stuff in the video description. I also want to thank today's sponsor, Luxury Playstyle. Amazing full metal tokens, fully compatible with Star Wars Legion. We also have tokens available for lots of other games like X-Wing, Magic the Gathering, Keyforge, L5R, Arkham, all kinds of games. You should check out luxuryplaystyle.com and use code Crabbok VIP to save 15% while you're over there. They make for amazing stocking stuffers, great gifts for the gamer loved ones in your life. Let your friends and family know that this is something that you might want. Also, let your stores know they make great organized play, prize support, really cool stuff. Check out the latest tokens available for Star Wars Legion as well while you're over there. Really cool stuff. You're going to love them. All right, let's talk about Moff Gideon and the Dark Troopers. We had already seen the Dark Troopers spoiled back at Mini Stravaganza. They are really interesting looking. They're a heavy unit. They're 95 points. They have armor and plotting, so you can only move once. They're red defense die. You have 2 health per miniature. They start with 3, but they can take 2 heavies and a personnel, so you can bring them up to 6 with 2 health each. They have a lot of health. And while they're heavy, they're also a droid trooper. So a trooper that can actually pick up objectives and stuff that also happens to be a heavy is interesting. Now, the rank, it really doesn't matter, but it does some interesting things because there are certain cards that might interface with heavies a little bit differently than other things. And because they're a trooper, couldn't they potentially become your commander if your commander died? And then all of a sudden you get this weird the thing called, because they're unstoppable and they get 2 order tokens instead of just 1, so then you'd be putting like 2 commanders into the pool at the beginning of each round. So really weird, interesting things that are able to happen with these guys. They can activate twice each turn, which has a really interesting kind of interface with everything else that's going on. So really cool stuff. Let's instead first take a look at Moff Gideon though. A lot of interesting stuff that's going on with Moff Gideon. First off, he's only $19.99 up for pre-order right now. February 17th is the date for both of these expansions. February 17th is not that far away. Get your pre-orders in. You can, of course, pre-order at the Asmodee store. If you want to head over to shop.asmodee.com, you can check them out there. You can also probably pre-order them from your local game stores. You should definitely try to support the stores that you play at. Always, it's always a good idea. Moff Gideon is also going to be launching a new battle force. So just to read, it says, the cunning Moff Gideon enters the battles of Star Wars Legion in this new commander expansion, continuing to serve the Empire after the Battle of Endor as a leader of his own remnant of Imperial forces. Moff Gideon is the cornerstone of a new battle force players can utilize in their games of Star Wars Legion. Very cool stuff. We don't know much about a new battle force, but I have a feeling that this new battle force was probably designed and tested while using the new rule set that is currently being slowly unrolled and kind of rolled out to all of us. And so it'll be interesting to see if there are certain command card abilities or things on Moff Gideon's card that are going to influence the game differently than they might have before the new rules. Like, for example, we know that we're getting a pass token. Wouldn't it be interesting if the new pass tokens, or not a pass token, but rather the ability to pass once per turn, wouldn't it be interesting if like he brought in pass tokens, like, hey, you can pass actually 3 times per turn, and so you'll use these tokens to do it, and they would give you some extra, like that might actually work out, a little bit better. It might not work as well if you're using Dark Troopers though, right? So I don't know, we'll have to see. But Moff Gideon only really comes with one extra bit. He only comes with one upgrade card. And I think that's interesting. He still has the single plastic miniature. He's got the unit card, the 3 command cards, his token sheet and insert sheet. But it says one upgrade card, and that's almost certainly the Darksaber, because he is able to be built, apparently, with a pistol in hand, as you can see right here in the Hallmark graphic that they're using to kind of showcase these bad dudes. And then, as you see on the box art, and also on the rear of the box art, he has the Darksaber in hand. So that's the only difference between the 2 sculpts that I am able to see. And so it's usually, in the case of miniatures with multiple weapons, they give you 2 different hand options and are able to do that. I'm sure a lot of people might magnetize their hands. That for me, however, I'm probably going to build him with the Darksaber. I also figure that we'll probably see Moff Gideon again. And I don't expect we'll see him with the Darksaber in future seasons of Mandalorian, if we see him very much at all, primarily because, well, he's lost. And so I don't think he's getting that thing back. So I want to kind of let him embrace it for the short time he's actually going to be able to hold it. So, and that'll be my games of Star Wars Legion. So he's going to probably have the Darksaber on his sculpt. Plus, Darksabers are cool. And I just have a hard time sculpting somebody who can hold a Darksaber, but have them not holds the Darksaber. You know what I mean? So I think that's exactly how we're gonna do it. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys think, how you plan on building your Moff Gideon. I'm also curious, since the new Battle Force is gonna be coming out, I think we're probably gonna see some previews for that in January. There's gonna be a lot of previews because we got almost everything from Moff Gideon to be previewed. We've only seen one of his command cards yet. We haven't even seen his unit card. Now, these guys, we have seen their unit card. They are gorgeous. You're getting 7 miniatures in the Dark Troopers expansion, and that's for good reason, because while there's only 3 miniatures in the core of the unit, it's basically it's a unit that has only a 3 count. You could, in theory, you could probably run. You have enough miniatures in here to run 2 Dark Trooper units, although you won't have the basic Dark. It wouldn't be like a super legal way to run them, because you would need at least 6 of the basic Dark Trooper, and you're only getting like 4 of the basic Dark Trooper here. So again, for casual games, but a lot of people probably wouldn't mind if you were using heavies in place of normal guys. But yeah, so you're looking at a unit that starts off with 3 at only 95 points. They have armor, red defense die, unconcerned, so they're not going to get any cover, and they're not going to be able to heal any wounds. Like wounds they take are permanent, right? But they're also unstoppable, and I love that, because that gives them the ability to activate twice and put 2 orders in the bag or in the pile. But you kind of give your opponent an advantage when you do that, because they're more likely to pass, because you technically, even though it's just 1 unit, you have more activations that are available, and that's very interesting. They do have 2 heavy weapon and a personnel weapon, which is our upgrade rather. So you can put 3 extra minis into this unit. So now this unit goes from 3 to 6 really quick. They have 2 health per, and they also have the programming option. Now, one of the things we've learned is they do come with a new programming card that it sounds like from the description here that they're going to be getting a new unique programming card. So that is going to be pretty interesting. It does say we're getting 5 upgrade cards, and of course that seems to be exactly what we expected, right? So you have your base unit of 3. You're going to have nothing special there. You're going to have a personnel upgrade, most likely, which is going to be probably just a basic extra Dark Trooper, and you've got 3 heavies. You've got your rocket launcher, you've got your Myrtleizer, and then you've got this Gatling weapon here. So you've got your melee option, you've got your anti-vehicle option, and then your anti-ranged personnel option, all right there. There's still spoilers that we haven't seen for the heavy options, but we definitely haven't seen the programming option yet. The interesting thing that I think about this is that the Dark Troopers don't require a programming, whereas most other units that have the programming option have the programmed keyword, which says they must take one. So for these guys, the fact that it's optional is really cool. I think that's just a really cool way to kind of approach them, because maybe it's going to be a really good programming option. Like maybe it gives them like steady or something crazy, but also at an obscene cost. And or maybe it's a cheap programming option. I mean, I feel like if it was cheap, though, you'd probably always take it because you want a way to make your Dark Troopers better. But if it's going to be cheap, then maybe it has a drawback. We've seen some of the programming cards tend to have AI. If it's a programming, it probably is going to have AI, but doesn't necessarily have to. But since they're Dark Troopers, I feel like programming would probably give them an AI. They're droid troopers, after all. So that's going to be really interesting. Again, we'll probably be getting previews for this soon. I don't know if we'll get them here in December. I think we'll probably start getting previews in January to kind of help pave the way into early February. These are all coming out February 17th. You can pre-order now, and it'll make for great post Valentine's Day gaming. And of course, I'll probably get mine like the 24th or something like that, because pre-orders for whatever reason to my address always seem to ship like on release day, and I get them much later, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, so that's the way these are getting ready to go down. They're going to be fun, though. I'm looking forward to checking them out. Also, I want to announce a Life Day winner today. And again, we've been doing this all month long. So today's winner is going to win an X-Wing promo. This is going to be Anakin Skywalker for the Republic in a Y-Wing. And this is a spot gloss promo. So these are pretty rare. These are like the extra thick ones. And this is a really nice promo. It's thick as a credit card. It's got the full art on the back. This was from one of the 2019 like first place kind of prize thing or something like that. I think it was from the 2019 kit. It's beautiful, and I love the way that effect looks on the Anakin Skywalker. So our today's winner for that Anakin promo is going to be W9 Cast Ryan. So congrats, Ryan. Make sure you shoot me an email at mailcrabbok@gmail.com. And remember to include your name and mailing address, as a lot of people that for some reason don't know their mailing address. So make sure you know your mailing address. If you don't, ask somebody and have someone in your life help you determine your address. But I think most people probably know their address. I'm just surprised at how many emails I get from people that just don't know their address properly, like the way it would appear on an envelope or a package. You know, like they're like, oh, all right, well, my country is this. I'm like, okay, but I need your address. I'm like, oh, well, my street name is this. I'm like, okay, wait, in what world do you put it in that order? You know, it's just always strange to me, but you know, I'm happy to help correct you if you get it out of order. So like sometimes I'll type back, I'm like, should it look like this? You know, especially for certain foreign addresses, it's especially weird. All right, that is going to do it for today's video. I'll talk to you guys later. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are amazing and help make this channel possible. I will talk to you soon. May the force be with you. Happy holidays, and be excellent to each other.